Legend Mick Foley, and you are watching C-RadTV here, right here on YouTube. Have a nice day.
This is Cody Diener, and you are watching C-RadTV on YouTube. And just like Cody Diener, C-RadTV lives by two simple words. Just give her, yeah.
How's it going, guys? It's Brad C at a WWE Monday Night Raw review from April 1st. The April Fool's edition of Raw, aka the Go Home Raw to WrestleMania, because we are only 6 days away till Mania 35. So Mania is this Sunday. Before we start off Raw, it was announced that we have our final inductee to the Hall of Fame class this year. It will be Brutus the Barber Beefcake into the Hall of Fame. Honestly, I thought he was already in the Hall of Fame like a long time ago, but hey, at least he's in now, so alright. And surprisingly, in this Hall of Fame class, there is no celebrity inductee. So it looks like WWE has learned from last year. Alright, WWE, what's the catch? What's the catch with this? Yeah, anyway, enough negativity there. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the review. So we start off Raw with Stephanie McMahon coming out to the ring. Of course, Stephanie is addressing the giant clusterfuck issue from SmackDown, where Charlotte Flair became the SmackDown Women's Champion, while she already had a title match at Mania. So, of course, the question is, will Stephanie pull Charlotte from the match, or will the match remain a triple threat? So Stephanie says the solution is as straightforward as the match itself had initially been. And then Steph says that the match Sunday is still a triple threat. However, there is a catch. Of course, there is always a catch. So Steph goes on and says that now at WrestleMania, both the Raw and the SmackDown Women's titles will now be on the line. So it's a double title match. Winner takes all. So in other words, the winner will become both the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Champion. So no matter who wins, we're guaranteed a double champion regardless. So yeah, there you go. A double title main event. Let's just put both titles on the line. Well, if you weren't convinced the brand split was over yet, well, now it is. That should convince you enough. So then next up, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out to the ring. Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion. So yes, Brock actually did show up for work. Honestly, I think he honestly predicted that he would, and he did. So, hey, this ain't news to me. So Paul goes on, he does his normal introduction. That makes me want to sleep. So then Paul goes on saying that if Seth hits Brock with his best shot, Seth could pull it off. Now, notice Seth said he could pull it off. He didn't say Seth will pull it off. He said Seth could. But then Paul goes on and says that Seth's biggest move wouldn't be enough to stop Brock Lesnar from violating Seth and desecrating the good name of WrestleMania. Number one, Paul, you also forgot Brock Lesnar desecrating the good name of WWE. You forgot that part. And number two, Brock, Paul, keep your fetishes of Seth Rollins to yourself. This is a PG show. We don't need to hear about anything you want to do to Seth. We don't need to hear that stuff. Like, if you want to do some stuff with Seth, go get a hotel room. Just pray to God no sex tape gets leaked on the Pornhub. We don't need to see that shit. So then Seth Rollins comes out to the ring, and then he gets right in Brock's face. So then Seth goes on and says that victory was certainly improbable, but it wasn't impossible. That is correct, Seth. It is not impossible. There is no such thing as impossible in this world. So then Seth goes and then he hits not one, but two low blows on Brock Lesnar. So in other words, Seth is a dick to Brock Lesnar's times 2. And then Seth finishes off by hitting the stomp on Brock Lesnar. Seth then grabs the Universal title and poses above Brock Lesnar with it, and then drops the title on Brock. And then Seth leaves the ring. So arrive, low blows, stomp, leave. So yeah, will Seth Rollins become champion and say and unfuck WWE? Or will Brock Lesnar continue to fuck WWE and bring doomsday upon us? And lower ratings as a result if Brock retains. All that and much more will be found out this Sunday. So next up, we get an 8-women tag team match. We get the team of Beth Phoenix, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya. Banks and Bayley, the women's tag team champions, against the team of Nia Jax, Tamina, and the Iconics Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Of course, all 4 of these teams will be involved in a women's tag team title fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania. So a couple highlights in this match. Beth plows Tamina through the barricade, which was pretty good. Sasha and Bayley and Natalya would clear the reign of Nia and the Iconics. Which leads to a match ending. Beth Phoenix would hit the Grand Slam on Peyton Royce. Beth gets the 3 count for the win. But after the match, Bayley and Sasha then pose with the tag team titles against Beth and Natalya. So the question is, can Sasha have another successful title defense? Or will the wrestling gods show no mercy to Sasha? We will have to wait and see Sunday. But continuing on, next up, we get Batista coming out to the ring. So Batista doesn't say much, he just goes on and plays a video package of all his wins against Triple H in their entire rivalry. And then Batista ends this segment off by telling Triple H to kiss his ass, and then leaves the ring. So I guess that's just a quick little segment, I don't know. So next up, we get a one-on-one match. We get Apollo Crews versus Jobber Mahal. Of course, both men will be involved in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That means nothing. Highlights in Jobber Mahal fails in the match. Apollo's drop kicks are pretty good. Jobber's strikes still look fake. Jobber's selling was trash. Match ending, Apollo hits the moonsault. Apollo gets the 3 count for the win. This was a trash-tastic match. After the match, a brawl would break out with competitors from the Battle Royal. For post-match assault, Apollo would throw everyone out. And then Apollo would finish it off by throwing out Jobber Mahal and both those pussy-ass Singh brothers. While Braun Strowman watches from far away. Yes, because Braun Strowman is also in this match. So yeah. Can Apollo do it, or will somebody else win? Honestly, I don't fucking care who wins that match. Because it means nothing, so don't care for it. So next up, we have a matchup for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, defending against Aleister Black and Ricochet. I mean, Ricochet had a lot of highlight reel kicks. That looked pretty good. Aleister Black's leg sweep and sliding knee were pretty good too. So match ending, Scott Dawson hides under the ring. He grabs Ricochet's ankle, while Dash Wilder gets in the ring, forcing a count out. So the Revival were gonna retain regardless. So yeah. But after the match, Aleister and Ricochet would go on out. Aleister would hit the Black Mass on both Scott and Dash for post-match assault. And then Ricochet would finish it off by hitting the 630 splash on both members of Revival. So yeah. Aleister and Ricochet still stand tall regardless. But what will happen to Aleister and Ricochet? Will they be in the Battle Royal? Or will they find another title opportunity? Well, we already know at TakeOver New York, they're challenging for the NXT tag titles against the War Raiders. But yeah, let's just continue on. So next up, we get a backstage interview segment with boring fuckface Roman Reigns. So of course, Roman was asked about his condition. Roman Reigns, I'll be 100% clear for singles action at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, I'm going to beat Drew at WrestleMania. That probably is more than likely because it looks like WWE is giving up on Drew McIntyre. Yep, they built him up and now they're feeding him to Roman. This is the cue. Feed him to Roman. Yep, that's the cue they gave up on him. Yep, Roman's winning. Politics are in full effect Sunday. Let's be real on that. Roman Reigns, Drew made it personal by mentioning my family. Roman Reigns, this is our yard now. So then Drew McIntyre then comes out and attacks Roman from behind backstage with an ambush, and then Drew stands tall. You know why they did this. They're just trying to build Drew up and make him look strong, so that when Roman Reigns beats Drew Sunday, it will actually mean something. Like, come on, I think we already know Roman's winning Sunday. This is clear as day. Politics in effect Sunday. Let's be real. So, continuing on. Next up, we get a 6-women tag match. We get Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch versus the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. Because Stephanie decided that also during that segment, that 6 days before Mania, let's have the 3 women that hate each other that are in the main event team up with each other. But Stephanie added a twist saying that any woman that betrays their team will be removed from the main event match Sunday. So in other words, Stephanie's telling all 3 they have to get along. This won't backfire at all. Not at all. So yeah, this was just a boring match, very quick. Match ending, Rousey locks in armbar on Liv Morgan, Rousey gets tap out victory. So of course, after the match, right after the bell rings, when they no longer have to get along, all 3 would brawl with each other for post-match assault. And this would involve security and police coming out to break it up. They'd fail. Eventually, all 3 were led on to reign in handcuffs. So Rousey, Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky are all being arrested. So then the cops go on, and then put Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch in the back seat of a same police car. Yes, let's just put them both in the same car when they hate each other and they talk so much shit about each other on Twitter. This doesn't have the capacity to backfire at all. And then the both of them brawl in the back seat of the car. Nope, this didn't have the capacity to backfire at all. Not at all. I bet you the cop was like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know they would fight in the back seat, fucking nerds? So then Ronda goes to try and get an advantage. She kick a window out in the car. So that's property damage, so that's going to be another fine. Plus we have brawling and resisting arrest. And assault. I believe there was even assaulting a police officer. I think Ronda did strike a cop. I'll have to double check on that. So already we got 4 charges right here. How many more can we rack up here? Also, Becky and Charlotte also got charges too for resisting arrest. So then the cops started to put Becky out of the car and decided to put him in the same car with Charlotte. And then both Becky and Charlotte would brawl. So yeah, during all of this, Ronda would then go, she'd somehow get behind the wheel of the police car she was in, and then she'd drive it straight into the other police car that they were going to put Charlotte and Becky in. So we have Grand Theft Auto and vandalism and property damage. Jesus Christ, the charges just keep coming. So then the cops were able to put Becky in a vehicle by herself, and then Charlotte ends the brawl by kneeing Ronda in the head once Ronda was trying to get out of the car. And yeah, Ronda stays in the car. So all 3 are arrested entering WrestleMania to create suspense. Honestly, this was poorly fucking booked. It's like, you have all 3 get fucking arrested? That's just so fucking stupid. And honestly, this was unoriginal because this is pretty much copying Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Attitude Era when he was getting arrested when in his feud with Vince. Like, so yeah, 1 out of 10 for originality. You at least get a 1 because you had 3 people get arrested and not 1. But yeah. So next up, we get a tag team match. We get Heavy Machinery, Otis Dozovich, and Tucker Knight against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. During this match, Lacey Evans' music hit, she come out, and yeah, you know the drill. So Vince, is Lacey not going to compete before Mania? No? Why the hell not? So yeah, to the match ending, Heavy Machinery were taking advantage of miscommunication between Roode and Chad Gable. Heavy Machinery hits the compactor on Bobby Roode. Machinery get the 3 count for the win to build up momentum. So could we see the end of the tag team of Bobby Roode and Chad Gable after Mania? We're going to have to wait and see. So yeah, next up we get a 2-on-1 handicap match. We get Braun Strowman versus a team of local jobbers. Seriously? Fucking hell again? Do we really need to give Braun Strowman fucking jobbers on the go-home Raw to WrestleMania? Fucking kidding me. This is the best you could give him? For fuck's sakes. So Braun Strowman, before the match, he referred to the local jobbers as Colin Jost and Michael Che. Of course, because they're fucking nobodies. So Braun goes on, he destroys both. Yeah, this match was shit, you get the idea. Braun hits a double running power slam on both jobbers. Braun gets the 3 count for the win. Was there any doubt? But fucking hell, really? I thought we were past these local jobber points. Guess not. So next up, we get Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush coming out to the ring. Of course, Lio says that Bobby isn't thrilled to be defending the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania against Finn Balor, when Finn didn't beat him to earn an opportunity, because Finn pinned Jobber Mahal to get the opportunity. Hey Lio, that's your own fault for choosing Jobber Mahal to be Bobby's tag partner. You should have chose somebody better than Trash Mahal. That's on you, Lio, you dumbass. So Lio goes on and says that Bobby has Finn's number under any and all circumstances. Oh, any and all circumstances, eh? Let's see about some other circumstance. So then Bobby goes on and he pays little deep respect to the idea of facing the demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania. But Bobby, Lio just said you have Finn's number under any and all circumstances. So this should mean you have the Demon King's number under any and all circumstances, right? Right? Or is Lio Rush full of fucking shit? Take your pick, folks, LOL. So then Finn Balor appears on the Titantron, and then Finn Balor goes and then transforms on the Titantron into the Demon King Finn Balor. Yes, the fucking demon is back, baby. And then Finn Balor goes on and says that the demon will make his presence at WrestleMania. So yes, the demon is finally back for the first time since SummerSlam 2018. The reason we don't see the demon gimmick as much is because Vince McMahon actually hates the demon gimmick, because anything that's remotely close to good, Vince McMahon hates. Because it's good. And of course, anything that's good, Vince has to get rid of. But of course, I bet you Triple H had a talk with Vince, and Triple H is like, Finn is having the demon gimmick, and that is final. And honestly, I think the gimmick is just Finn giving the middle finger to Vince, because fuck you, Vince. Of course, I say fuck you to Vince on a daily basis, so this is nothing new to me. So next up, we end Raw off with Kurt Angle coming out to the ring. Kurt goes on and plays a video package of his career highlights, since this is Kurt's final appearance on Raw before his retirement match on Sunday. So, of course, Baron Corbin would come out during the middle of this video segment to interrupt it. Of course, Baron has an impromptu main event match against Rey Mysterio, where Baron says he's going to use Rey as an example to show what he's going to do to Kurt at WrestleMania. And then Rey Mysterio goes on and says that he's going to put some respect in Kurt's name and teach Corbin a thing of respect. So, to the impromptu main event, boring match because it's boring Corbin. Baron target Rey's knee throughout the match. Match ending. Baron hits the deep 6. Baron gets the 3 count for the win. So Baron didn't even need the end of days to win. So yeah, after the match, Baron starts to gloat on the ramp. But while Baron was gloating on the ramp, Kurt Angle would sneak up from behind on Baron and hit a double leg takedown on Baron Corbin for a post-match assault. Kurt would then go on and lock in the ankle lock. Baron Corbin taps, but Kurt Angle refuses to let go. Because, fuck you, Baron, Kurt's gonna break your ankle, you little bitch. So then, Kurt would have it lock in until the WWE refs and officials come out and force Kurt to let go. So Zebra show. But Kurt is standing tall to end off Raw. Will Kurt be standing tall after WrestleMania? We'll have to wait and see. So overall, Raw, pretty trash show. I mean, it's Monday Night Raw. What else is new? But yeah, overall, in terms of rating, Go home show. Not much here. Wasn't expecting much. It was just, they were mainly protecting everybody so that everyone goes in healthy for Mania. But yeah, overall, 3 out of 10 for Raw this week. What else is new? But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Let's see how much of a trash heap WrestleMania will be. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace out.